some great stuff. Starting off with Sirius, right there in the Expo. This is a real SF-50 Vision jet aircraft. This is a fully functional real model here at the Expo. But we also have more people here, such as Flight Effects. We have DC-3 simulator over there. If the connection is a bit poor, I have to apologize for that. Then we also have Microsoft Flight Simulator right there. Trust Master. And then we have a very cool feature. We have here a DC-3 model. This is a real airframe, and the screens have been mounted right on the windows of the aircraft. It's a great setup right here. We're going to continue walking through the Expo.
Oh, hey.
We're currently live here for SE Aviation.
SE Aviation.
Is it okay if I show your face?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't mind.
So this is Jack. Jack has come to the Flight Sim Expo.
Oh, I was on the same flight you were.
And he was on the same flight I was. So you're currently testing Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Yes, the trimotor.
Trimotor. What airplane are you flying?
The trimotor. The Ford trimotor.
Oh, so that's
the one that was announced yesterday and came out yesterday at the same time.
Okay.
Let me swap my camera.
So he's gonna show us a bit about. Good. So we're gonna continue. You have a great time.
You too.
Flying.
Thank you.
More innovative merch right here. Actually have one of the biggest stands I've seen. It's very nice. And the cool thing about the Expo is that we are in a real aviation museum. So we are all surrounded by aviation aircraft all over the place. And the ground. We're up on the roof. The Expo is really getting better.
That's the tracking system comes in and displays new image as you. But from the
Peter doing some landing. So this is a Trustmaster stand. Trustmaster does your interface to the simulator via a real joystick and throttle like this, like the pedals, like the ergo section, headset, all that. And we're just gonna move on right here.
Yes. I gotta go talk to Winfrey.
There's an interview.
You wait.
Can I take it with me?
Well, yeah, I can film with Terry's. Yeah, I can film with your phone, right? Sure.
And I can text her.
Yeah.
And I can. It's gonna be the Wi-Fi router.
Keep it.
So, after the internet issue is now solved, let's continue right here with. We're gonna go and talk to the ini builds guys.
I just want to see. Actually, that's all I want to see is that.
So as Flight Sim Expo goes, the real folks from Explain, from Flight Simulator, from Navigraph, from Inibuilds, they are all right here. Real developers, they're sharing their products with us, surrounded by real aircraft that are stored here in the Lone Flight Museum. So moving on, we're gonna go say hi to some people, see what they have.
Lost. All right.
I'm tired, man. I can't do it.
Some of their hardware is
Really?
yeah. Turned it out with combat flight simulator too, and
You know, I started this job back in 79, 80. Yeah, I started when I was 17.
Very tired. Yeah, but the nighttime and so I sectioned her. And that's really fun.
Triple 7-hour boat, right? So I stripped it down to a 737. And so I kind of lost sight of the
Really? So much. I don't think that's so much.
Aviation, yeah. I'm black and I was up there like,
Good. So now we're gonna take a look at the Trustmaster stand right here at the Expo. We're gonna see if we can interview some of the people from the Trustmaster crew. So they're having some simulator. There's Captain Canada right there in front of us. So this is the Expo right here. This is the Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator stand. There's some people trying the huge display they have right here. That must be about 140 degrees.
That's the high score. All you gotta do is land it. That's
Hello, sir. Hello. Are you from Microsoft Flight?
Yeah.
So, we're live here for SE Aviation. Nice to meet you. What is this stand about? What are we having right here?
Yeah, it's a landing challenge. Whoever gets the highest score gets to keep the chair.
All right.
Yeah.
And what do you work at Microsoft?
I work on product quality for flighting.
Thank you. Where are you from?
I am from Dallas, actually.
Oh, you're from the US.
Yeah.
From Colombia, South America.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. I'm from around here, 4 hours away. Oh, he's gonna do it. Oh, the win.
That was a good landing. So, as Babs from Flight Simulator said, here they are trying to beat the pilot. Highest score so far has been 1,202,000. From Nicholas H. This guy just did 1,041,000. That was a very good landing though. A ranking. Let's continue our journey. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
My name is Santiago, live for SE Aviation.
I'm Will. Nice
How
to
are
meet
you? So, can you talk us a little bit about FlyByWire? I personally didn't know it existed.
Okay. Yeah, so we're a group that basically develops open source aircraft, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and our main two aircraft are the A32X and the A380, which is currently in development. Yeah, we just have a really dedicated group of people who contribute to the project, and we put out some amazing stuff.
With currently 2 aircraft.
Yep.
Great. Fully functional, fully modeled.
So the A380 is still in development.
Okay.
The A320, it's, I want to say, in a pretty good state, but we still have to work on some additional systems to get them up where we want to be. Because our work, honestly, is never really done. We want to keep improving the aircraft whenever we can.
And is FlyByWire only for FSX and FS 2020?
Yeah, it's only for Microsoft Flight Simulator, so FS 2020.
Okay, that's great. Can I have one of these?
Sure.
Take as many as you want, sir. Put them on all the other boots. Just show our logo everywhere. Tell everybody that we're the best in the world.
Thank you.
Not kidding around, but yeah, take as many as you want.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
You.
It's not a bad place. Yes, you can send them. There's going to be default profiles in like Microsoft.
Moving on here, we have Yeoman.
This would be trim.
We're having some people right here flying.
Control trim, you can. You can also use the hat to do trim, but mostly it's for POV, just changing your changing camera. And this is obviously some stick. We got modal buttons right here, and you also have the 6-pack, which you can do whatever you want with them, but you can use them for autopilot. You can use it on windows.
Cool. Moving on to here to the SimFab stand.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
What?
Do you know, you like space games, right?
I do.
There's this thing called Star Citizen, and it looks like that.
Really?
Star Citizen. It's a really like over-the-top graphic simulator.
I didn't know Star Citizen.
Look it up on YouTube.
I will.
It's actually really cool, and it looks
Just
exactly
like
like this. Some of the cities that they create looks exactly like this city right here. You should look at it too.
Oh, I
Star Citizen.
I know. I used to play it.
Star Citizen?
That's my first money, man, and I'm kind of dissatisfied. Not gonna
Right.
lie. Like,
Oh, you're from Honduras? Yes. Nice. Welcome to the U.S.
thank you.
I'm originally from.
And this is a whole SimFab setup right here. We have some people working with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020.
Oh no, I didn't know about it.
Some people working with another sim I don't know the name of.
It's exactly the
Here they're doing some maintenance with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 while they are having lunch. And we also have more people that are here flying with looks like a Cessna 172.
Now you gotta move the camera down.
And then you have cool stuff like this.
So now we want to catch you're decelerating rapidly. So put your landing gear all the way down.
Oh, no problem.
Power out.
I like how automatic.
Power out.
Hey. We're watching Camden fly into the side of the ship.
Don't fuck it up, man.
Let's see how it settles down there. Now you're right on center line. You're pretty much right on glide slope. You're a little fast, but you're decelerating very, very slowly, which is nice. It's a nice smooth correction, which I like.
It's not a carrier, man. It's a destroyer.
Looking good.
This options. We'll figure something out.
Back just a little bit. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Excuse me.
No, you're good.
So you want to put that velocity vector on the number 4 wire, number 3 or 4 wire. You're going to fly at the ramps of the ship. That'll show ramp strike there. Put the velocity vector up further down the deck.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know.
There you go. Right there. There you go. Oh, getting to a holder. That's actually a classic Hornet bolter. Fine, turn down one. What happens? The airplane hits, it goes boom, boom, and then, but when it does this, the tail hook comes up and it goes over the. Okay. Just roll over both on the deck. That's right. 180, 180. You're gonna go back to the ship. You gotta stop. Raise your hook and lower your hook. Raise the hook. I'm trying to make sure your hook. Just lower everything. I know we're going fast, but lower everything. Yeah, lower your gear, flaps, and hook. There you go. So go ahead, turn left. So you can see a ship out here. You want to fly just to the right of the ship. Okay, go ship. This is called a space shuttle pressure. Just go right on. Put the velocity vector on the ship.
May I suggest You're doing great, Cam. Excellent energy management.
Without touching the power.
Hey, just slip it, you'll be fine.
Aim short of the aim short, put that velocity back here in the way.
That's our main mistake.
Oh, this is cool. It looks like they're collapsing. Just like, oh, we're looking kind of around.
So start pulling back, pulling
So
back.
the zeros all the way
Pull back, pull
forward,
back, pull
the
back.
pedals
Right there.
come out and lay on the seat. And then
That's not gonna work.
You can't expect someone to sit down and do carrier landings right off the bat.
that's all right, you can't get them all family.
I have enough trouble with a runway that doesn't go anywhere.
It's good, why didn't you get on the shoot?
Yeah, he had one already, so.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right.
Because if you look at this DCS one, it's like
A year and a half ago in San Diego, they had this helicopter simulator, which I think the record for not crashing was about 45 seconds.
Look,
Until a guy that actually flew helicopters sat down and
So you can.
yeah.
So
You start with the basics and then you expand.
in military, when you're flipping switches,
Here's a good reference.
what's this book? Can you make it
We make all the modular designs. Let me introduce you. I guess I'll try it like one about the level up. Nope. So technically, the reality is we are no, I mean, no, I think yeah, I think so. Man, that's real sensitive. I barely touched it. It's fine. So we're good right now.
Building.
That's I just started training on my first plane with electric tram. I don't use the wheel. Oh, use the wheel? Yeah. It took a little get used to. You get used to it? I like the electric tram. I remember when I was first learning, I was struggling. I was like, no, that's the privilege there. They get all the back there. Just flying in the airplane. Or well said, I guess. You really like it.
So moving on, in fsexpo, we're gonna go into the other wing of the building. This is cool. So starting off, we have a beautiful airplane right there. But this is not about real airplanes. This is about flight simulation. So we're gonna go ahead and try to speak with somebody.
I've seen the one, but not the two.
So this is the X-plane stand right here.
I know that no American airline recognizes
Does the pipe?
There he goes. Now it is engine pointing left and right. I have no idea what that means. I mean, here is down. So I don't know how much more down it's going to
Oh, the Starbucks, that's great.
Oh! No, it's not fun. I like that. I don't know where the button. I just cranked it. I'm turning my click on it. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't Really nice.
I was going to say that it's a work in progress, but it already is.
Yeah, sure. We actually had our office house like this. We've got interaction and vibration. So VR, 3D motion is pretty awesome, especially for helicopters. You get that set down feeling. Just having that feedback command with the VR. This is kind of hard to say until we built this custom. So these controls came out of our the controls are fairly, you take, and the seat is a, I hate to say it, it is a flame-worthy seat. It's more expensive.
Excuse me.
We could probably build something similar with, you know, a little bit of a few different sensors and some 80-20 rail, something together like that. Flies pretty good, right? A little bit too fast. 200 knots. 200 knots. 200 knots. Yeah, landing at like Concorde speeds. Well, that's the end of the runway. That was quick. All right, whatever. Like you would be holding a pet. Like you hold a... That's how it's
Cool. Hello, sir.
Hi, how's it going?
Are you with X-plane?
Yep, explain.
We are live right now for SE Aviation. This is mostly mobile, but it also works with X-plane 12.
Nice.
Can you talk us a little bit about X-plane 12?
So basically, X-Plane 12 itself is kind of like a newer implementation of everything we got in X-Plane 11, plus a more advanced what we call Voyager engine and all this flight dynamics and especially graphics. And people are talking about it doesn't have a big difference between 11, but that's really a foundation because we're reaching like 12.06 or 07 at this stage, and it's just a basis of what we can build on later on. It's just a new building, And we're gonna see some new works coming up in the next few weeks, especially the 06 update and everything. And that's something to be exciting about. You're gonna see a huge list of changelog. That one I promise. It's gonna be like 100 or so. Okay, it's gonna be the biggest one ever. But whether we're heading to is gonna be later on question because right now it's just like step after step.
Okay.
That's how it is. But over here, just like a flag factor booth, and we're just taking care of him while he's heading to lunch, and that's how it is. The 777 V2.
Cool. Is there any work being done on mobile?
Who's the mobile guy here, though? Is that the?
That will be Chris, but Chris isn't here.
We're not like more comprehensive team. We have our own specializing area. So for myself, I'm basically the small one plus the some random weather and cloud and everything, 3D particle system.
Yeah.
Him being IT in general, and Tom's right there. White shirts, just a coordinator in general.
All right.
So.
Oh, you're Philip.
Yes.
I've seen your name everywhere in X-Plane.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
You're Philip.
Yeah. Right now we do.
And I saw, is Julian here?
Julian Lockwood.
Yeah, he's
here.
here.
Our airport.
Oh.
Well, he's here somewhere.
People were like hating him for not approving the airport submission or something.
He's the one who makes the manuals for the aircraft?
The manuals. Yes.
I've read them.
Exactly.
Oh. Where did he go?
Probably go lunchtime or something, right?
Probably grabbing some food.
Yeah.
Probably getting some food.
We're just doing the rotation right now. Probably if you come back like after an hour or half an hour or something.
Okay.
Probably everyone. There we go. Oh, Julian.
Oh. Julian.
There he is. Yep. Very good.
You got a little fan over here.
What's that?
You got a little fan over here.
Hello, sir. Santiago from Colombia.
Nice to meet you, Santiago.
I've read your manuals, your X-Plane manuals.
Oh, thank you very much.
Mobile, for desktop. We're currently live for Aviation. I'm happy to be here.
So, which manuals have you used? I'm just curious.
Mostly the 727. I fly mostly mobile.
Okay.
Myself when I'm at home without a good PC.
Yeah.
My uncle has a better PC, so we keep flying together whenever I can go to his house and fly at his computer.
Yeah.
No problem. So when I'm alone, I fly mobile, and the best aircraft that's simulated on mobile is the 737.
Okay.
So, and the CDU is quite different from the real one.
Right.
Still very realistic.
Yep.
So I had to read the manuals, and I always read at the end, Julia.
Okay.
Oh, it's you.
Okay, that's good. That's
It's
great.
a pleasure to meet you.
I'm really happy that I was able to help you out.
Yeah,
Those
you
manuals
were.
take a while to write, to get them exactly right, but it pays off. Yeah.
How long does it take for you to
write a manual? I just finished the A330 manual. It probably took me, I don't know, like maybe 3 months or something.
Wow.
Not full time, because my full time job is the gateway. So I manage the X-Plane gateway, but I try and find time to write the manuals as well, and probably it was about 3 months. Yeah, from beginning to end. Yeah, it's very difficult to find all the information you need. To write a manual, you've got to find a whole bunch of information from a lot of different sources. That's what takes the time. Bringing it all together in the final document is the easy part. It's the research that goes into it that is, time consuming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I record your face?
Of course, man.
Can you move up a little bit over here so that we get the screen?
Yes, sir.
So as I said, Julian works for X-Plane. He mostly works with the manuals and the gateway. That's was right. It. How long have you been working with X-Plane?
I would say it's about 7 years, something like that.
Wow,
now,
that's a lot of time.
Years. Yeah, I started off as an X-Plane 10 customer, and right at the beginning of X-Plane 10, and I wasn't happy that there were no airports in X-Plane 10, so I came up with a design for the gateway, and I sent that to Austin, and out of sheer good luck, he lived an hour away from where I lived,
So I was able to go over and talk to him and present the gateway concept to him, and that's where it all started. Yeah.
So you started working, just you wanted to improve Explain,
That's right.
and then you got to improve it by working with them.
That's right.
I had a similar story. The difference is that I'm not working with Explain.
Yeah.
But I saw so much potential in the mobile part.
Yep.
Like right now, you get for completely free a full Garmin 1000 model on the Cirrus Vision Jet.
Yep.
And I saw that potential, and I said like, wow, many people should know Explain. And I also wanted to share the knowledge I had acquired by reading the manuals and looking at YouTube videos. So I said, let's start teaching, and that's where the brand came. But
Yep.
by doing YouTube. Oh, I'm cutting your face. by
Don't worry.
by doing YouTube videos.
Yeah, right.
And I even wrote some emails with a guy. I don't know what his name is, but he's in charge of the mobile book report. So I would send a lot of book report forms, and he would reply to all of them. And we started talking, and I started offering like myself. If you ever need somebody to do something with Explain, I would like to help.
Right.
And he said, well, I can't tell you. Yeah, you have your contract. You work with Explain from tomorrow. But he said it's good to have people that would be willing to work with us.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Right.
And what else have you worked with in Explain?
Pretty much that's my focus is the airports. The airport gateway is like 95% of my time now. We get 200 submissions a week on the gateway, so there isn't a lot of time for me to do anything except the gateway and the manuals right now.
So
yeah.
When you say gateway, airport gateway, you mean you design the airports?
No, what we do is we provide a portal, which is a website called the Explain Gateway, and people in the community build the airports using World Editor, which is a free download that we provide.
Uh-huh.
They build the airports, they send them up to the gateway. I take a look at the airports. If they're good, I approve them. If there's a problem with the airport, I send them a message to say, you need to fix this part of the airport.
Uh-huh.
They send it back again. I approve it, and then it goes into the next release of Explain.
And you're the only one working with the approvals of the airports.
That's right.
So every single airport that, let's say, I design and millions of people around the world design, it's going to go through you.
That's correct. We get about 200 a week right now.
Oh, and you approve 200 a week?
Well, I don't approve them all initially. A lot of airports that we get on the gateway have one problem or two problems that need to be fixed. So we decline the airport, say you've got to fix this part of it. Mm-hmm. That gets done, and then they send the airport back to us, and usually it gets approved after 2 or 3 tries. And
wow.
Then, yeah.
And when you receive your airport, airport design or whatever, what's the steps you follow, the checklist you go through in order to approve the airport? To compare it with real world.
There's a lot of criteria that we look at.
Yeah, that's the word, the criteria.
But at the end of the day, it's all about accuracy.
Uh-huh.
So we want everything as accurate as possible. We want the airport to function well in Explain, so the taxiways, the taxi routes have to be placed correctly. There's a lot of data items, ATC frequencies, lots of things that go into an airport that have to be right. It probably takes me, maybe up to 15 minutes to look at a big major international airport, just one airport, and check through all the criteria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I'm going to tell you. There's a big airport in South America.
Yep.
Bogota Airport. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Colombia, the main airport in Colombia.
Okay.
It's actually not very known because it's the main hub for communication between the other world and South America, because it's not that south.
Yep.
So all the cargo goes through it. It's international, of course. And it recently made a change in the runways.
Yep.
The runways were 1-3 left and right.
Yep.
Now they're 1-4. 4 left and right.
Yep.
But X-Plane hasn't updated that.
Okay.
So many people are having trouble
Yep.
because when you're trying to input the departure in the FMC,
Yep.
it asks you for SID and the runway.
Yep.
So let's say you type runway 14 left,
Yep.
but the SIDs are still or runway 13 left.
Yep.
So then the SID says unable.
Yep.
Keep it in mind for when you go home. Check
Okay.
out Bogota.
What's the airport code? You know?
Sierra Kilo Bravo Oscar.
SKBO. I'll take a look at it.
If you remember it, because I guess everybody's is telling you, hey, fix that. It would be cool to have that.
Well, we do get a lot of submissions on the gateway. Most of those submissions, well, a lot of those submissions are fixes that that people have asked for, but a lot of them are just improvements in general to the aircraft.
And can people design also aircraft for X-Plane,
Yes.
not just airplane, not
Yes.
just airports?
Yes.
How can they do that?
They need to go to the X-Plane website and do a search for X-Plane software development kit.
Okay.
I think it's xplane.org/SDK, but double check the URL. But basically they need to look at the software development kit that will give them everything they need to start developing airplanes.
Okay, and that would be only for X-Plane desktop, or could it work for mobile as well?
I honestly don't know about mobile. I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm the wrong person to ask that question.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Julian, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure for me to meet you.
Yeah, been a pleasure.
Meeting the X-Plane team. If you have time when you get home, go check out the Aviation.
Okay.
That's mobile. You're gonna see a lot of YouTube channels on desktop, but that's like the main one on mobile.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it out for those people that don't have the opportunity to fly in a good computer.
Yep.
And you have the potential of X-Plane right on your mobile phone.
Santiago, great pleasure,
so
my friend.
much.
You take care.
You too.
Thank you.
Eric, it's been a pleasure. Have a great day. So that was a great experience. I'm not that much of a social guy. I might be introverted, but I just met with Julian Lockwood. All right, moving on here on Flight Sim Expo. Let's see who else we can talk with. We are right now gonna go talk to the Navigraph team, see if we can get some information. So this is the Navigraph stand. Navigraph works for flight simulation, doing charts, nav data. They also work with I don't know what else they do. They recently made an update. This is the Navigraph stand. Right there. I have been some people here talking about Navigraph. And we're also having an infinite flight stand right here. So this is the part that the opposite part from. This is the Infinite Flight stand here at fsexpo. Hi Daniel, again.
How's it going?
How are you? I decided to go live for the YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
Is there any problem if I record you talking a little bit about Infinite Flight?
Let's do it.
Good. So we're here with Daniel Woodhams.
That's it. Yeah, good job.
Woodhams. He's in representation of Infinite Flight. So Daniel, talk us a little bit about what is new to Infinite Flight. What are we having?
Sure. Okay. So what's new? We just released a brand new Challenger 350 in all of its glory. It's a very nice private jet, and we are now currently working on reworking our A380 from the ground up to give you a realistic experience in the Super Jumbo.
Somebody told me Infinite Flight is free to download now.
It is free to download. With that, you'll gain access to a handful of regions and a handful of aircraft. And then obviously that's to try before you buy. If you would like to take it that one step further and gain access to everything in the flight simulator, then we have a pro subscription which gives you access to everything we have.
And how long is it going to be for free?
Yeah, to download.
Just today?
For the foreseeable. We have no plans to change it.
Oh, so you definitely changed it.
Oh yeah, we changed a while back. It's a free download, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just for today because of Flight Sim Expo or something like that.
For today, it's been free for quite a while now, yeah, and we don't have any plans on changing that anytime soon. So.
Okay, good. Daniel, talk to us a little bit about you. What do you do at Infinite Flight?
Yeah, sure. So I'm like the social media / community engagement sort of guy. So
okay.
I create the online events that you'll see at Infinite Flight, the group flights, the flash flights, all of the YouTube streams, TikToks, and a little bit of Instagram on the side. I'm the community / social media guy.
Okay, that's cool. What aspects of Infinite Flight do you think that make it very different from X-Plane? That you would say this is why both simulators are great, but what aspects of X-Plane do you think make people want to go with Infinite Flight rather than going with X-Plane?
I think the multiplayer.
The multiplayer.
I think the community and the multiplayer is one of the biggest aspects of Infinite Flight. It's a lot deeper. Like on the surface, okay, you see a flight simulator. But when you dig a little bit deeper and you start talking to people and you get engaged in the community, that's when you realise it's more than just a flight simulator. There's loads of people that engage and talk and fly around the world together.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the substantial difference.
Does Infinite Flight have worldwide maps?
It has the entire globe.
So you can fly anywhere?
Yep, so it has the entire world in 15 meter pixel satellite imagery.
Wow, and how often does it update?
So the imagery itself doesn't update. It's been the same now since we've released our global.
Okay.
But the airports themselves, they get updated. Like if an editor wants to update an airport to the latest standards, like let's say for example last year or so we released 3D airports for the first time, very big change for us. And some of those were under construction at the time. Now the editors can revisit those airports and make them as they are today in their newest form. So the thing scenery-wise that's updated all of the time are our airports.
You said editors. Me as a customer, I can be an editor.
Yep. So it's an application process, relatively long line at the moment because again we have a big community and more or less every single member wants to become a scenery editor to build these airports. But yeah, it's an open thing. It's a voluntary thing where yourself or any other person can essentially start building airports.
Wow. Well, that's cool. Wow. I'm having to download Infinite Flight after hearing all this. I also wanted to ask you about the physics model of Infinite Flight.
Sure. Yeah.
You told me something when I wasn't live about how difficult it is to have your car and then take the
Okay, so
wheels
yeah,
off.
so this is-
Can you tell us that again?
Yeah, sure. So this isn't the physics model, but we currently run on a relatively old engine because we're actually quite an old flight simulator now. We were established in 2011 for Windows phones at the time, and since then we've essentially been running off the same foundation. Now, obviously, coming up to like the modern times, there's features that people want that we can't quite add because there are some complications and roadblocks due to our old foundation. So essentially, what we're doing is taking the foundation out of the flight simulator, rebuilding it whilst it's live for everyone to use still, whilst frequently releasing updates every single month or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this Infinite Flight fully functional?
This is Infinite Flight fully functional, yeah.
Can you explain us a little bit about Infinite Flight? How
Sure.
does it work?
Yeah,
What's the main menu and all that?
So this isn't as you would see it, for example, if you were to download it. The demo, you wouldn't see the demo because this is obviously just for the Expo itself.
Okay.
But you would see these three options. Free flight training missions. We've just released these two, so there's not an awful lot going on there at the moment, but free flight is one of the biggest things at the minute, where you can choose anywhere you want in the entire world.
Well, I'm liking. Is this live?
Yeah, those are the oceanic tracks. They're updated all the time as per the real world operations. But yeah, you can choose any airport you want to. Let's say, for example, today we'll go to London Gatwick, spawn in at this gate here with a, let's go for a Emirates.
How many aircraft do you have?
Over 60.
Over 60 aircraft.
Over 60 aircraft.
Wow.
Some of those are a little bit outdated. We call them legacy aircraft. Purely because of the fact that they've been in the sim for quite a while. But we're frequently updating the aircraft as much as possible. Hence why we've released a brand new Challenger 350, and we're reworking our A380, which was a community request.
And how many? More or less, how many liveries do we get per aircraft?
It varies because one thing to remember is airline is like for example, let's take the A380 for example. There aren't very many operators that actually use the A380. So when we release the reworked A380, we'll probably match that of what airlines use in real life. But the 737 has, I think, easily over 30 or so. We could take it. We have, when I say hundreds of liveries in the sim.
Okay, that's cool.
But yeah, this is it. Spawned in at London Gatwick.
Okay, so I must say, if we take a look at the cockpit view,
yep.
Explain will give you a way more detailed cockpit than this, although it doesn't give you the flight officer, first officer. But if we look at it from the outside, this is actually a very good model.
Very, very nice.
From the outside, it's way better than X-planes.
And one thing to keep in mind is this is actually not old, but one of the older aircraft that we actually reworked and added back into the flight simulator. If we take a look, just crashed. If we take a look.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Infinite Flight also crashes.
Yeah. If we take a look at.
Let's say the 737.
737, sure. Let's go. Here, pick an airline.
I'm from Colombia. I'm gonna choose a Colombian airline. I may find it.
If we have one, yeah. We also have the other variants of the 737 if you need to switch between them.
Wow, this is a lot of airlines. Wow. Yeah, you have Copa. That's not Colombian, but they operate in Colombia. Avelo. That new airline that just came. Wow. We have a lot of them. I'm impressed.
Yeah, so let's say for example we're spawning at Gatwick with this one. And we'll take a look at the flight deck of this aircraft once it loads in.
I'm downloading Infinite Flight.
Are you convinced?
Definitely.
Persuaded. There we go. Okay, so this is the flight deck of the 737.
That's a very nice flight deck.
Obviously, you don't have the functionality aspect.
In any button or?
Nope, none of the aircraft in Infinite Flight have the functionality of flicking switches. However, some aircraft, not quite sure if this one will. This one doesn't have it, but let's say, for example, if we hop into the A350 and let that load up.
So the thing is,
Whilst it loads, so obviously there's not the functionality of pressing buttons. However, in some instances we do model those buttons. So when you click those actions in our custom systems menu, the button does move, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's not 100% static, it varies between aircraft, but for example the 350, if we go to the overhead panel and start flicking the lights.
Oh, I get you now.
You see what I mean here? Yeah?
I get it.
Yeah, welcome to the 350.
this is something that we actually work
That's a stunning model. Can you push back?
You can push back, go to attach tug, turn the parking brake off.
It's very complicated. There's a lot of different screens.
And does it depend on the airport that you're at that you can push back or not?
Every airport.
Every airport has
Every
to
airport.
truck?
It's actually a state with the plane, so you can attach the tug to the plane at any airport. And the tug will vary. For the smaller aircraft, it'll be like a smaller tug, because obviously this is a wide body aircraft, it's quite a big tug. Yeah, and you just use...
Oh, so you push... You control the pushback.
You control the pushback.
iPad mini though. Let's go right in the
That's a great feature.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right?
I mean, in X-Plane, you have the option to push back, but first it depends on the airport. So, like you said, the push doesn't come with the airplane, but with the airport. So if they haven't added push to some airport and you're flying there,
you can't do it.
You can't do it.
Okay.
And also, it's like a default push distance and turn. It's always a 90-degree turn.
Okay.
And it's always like 30, 50 meters.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if you are at a small airport and you push back using the default pushback option in X-Plane, it'll leave you on the grass.
Okay.
But if you are at a big airport, then it'll leave you
way too far off.
Way too far from the line. This is great that you can control the push
and
truck.
Here's an interesting one for you. This isn't available yet to the consumer, but we do on our staff builds have the option to pull the aircraft as well. So you can pull yourself around the airport in the future.
That's cool because real airliners do sometimes have to pull the aircraft right after they push.
That's it. Yep.
Okay, so now are our engines started?
They are. Start them up. You go to systems. Click engine. Oh, we need to actually fire up the airplane first. Turn that APU on quickly. All the lights on. We don't need those.
So if I'm getting you right, Infinite Flight is not focused on the realism of the cockpit operation, but in terms of systems, you do have to do things like turning on the APU before turning the engines, because you need to bleed air from the APU.
That's it, yep.
Okay. So you're basically having a general cockpit, which is this.
This is like a basic flight deck. These are the controls.
I like to do my takeoffs.
Okay, and as I start the engine, will I see on the display in the cockpit the into starting and then that's cool. That's very nice. And say, can I just spawn in on a final to some airport without having to taking off and land?
Gradual braking.
Cool.
Of course you can. Yep.
And slide down.
Start engine 2, you'll start to see that one firing up as well.
You can pan around and look.
We have this cool panel, right? Oh my god.
Yeah, so there's lots of it. It's actually a customizable panel, so you can show any information, or not any, but you can customize this to your likings. For example, if you didn't want the yoke to be there, you can hold it down and choose what you actually want to be displayed on the bottom of the screen. Like, for example, altitude above sea level.
We'll look for about 50 miles.
You can show the visibility, the vertical speed, the visibility, fuel remaining, let's say even the battery of your device, distance to destination, if you set a flight plan. So if we were to set a direct flight plan right now to Amsterdam, We now have 196 multiple mile flight. Once you're airborne, it'll tell you how long that'll take.
Am I able to select the departure procedure from the airport just
Yep.
like the real ones?
London Gatwick's a good example. Click on the airport, click on procedures. We have SIDS and stars. In this case, a departure. Here's all of your SIDS and stars.
And how often are these updated?
It's a good question. I don't think we have updated them since we initially put them in the simulator.
Okay.
So they might not be exactly true to life.
Okay.
But that being said,
They are
don't
there.
usually change very much anyway, and they're always there. Yeah. So
Okay, that's a good point. Can we go to this airport?
of course we can.
This is Sierra Kilo Bravo Oscar. That's in South America, the main cargo hub. Oh, Avianca.
Yes.
In real life, they just retired their
Oh, have they?
A380 fleet. It sucks.
Where choose a gate. Choose a spawn point.
Do the gate numbers match real life numbers? They do. Gate 47 is appropriate for their plane. Wow. That's cool. Have you considered, I mean, in X-Plane you can join the, I don't know how to say it, you can connect X-Plane to Navigraph via the Navigraph data so that all those departures are updated each time Navigraph updates its data, which is taken from the real world aircraft. So if Infinite Flight was able to do that,
we would.
then they
And
could.
it would show, yeah, 100%. And obviously, like you say, we do have, like, for example, the oceanic tracks.
Those ones are updated.
They're updated live.
Okay.
Yep. Just like the weather, all the weather is live, same as real life. We're currently working on clouds, which is a really interesting thing for us. It's really going to change the dynamic of the flight simulator.
Okay.
There you go.
And say in X-Plane, I can fly with real world weather. But say I'm flying from Heathrow to Gatwick, a very short flight. It'll take the weather from Heathrow one time, real world weather, but it will just download it one time, and then I'm gonna land. It's gonna stay like that all the way to Gatwick, even though in real life the weather's gonna be different in Gatwick.
Yeah, no, this is different.
That doesn't happen
Nope,
here.
there'll be different wind conditions. It'll be purely based on what it is in real life.
How often is it updated?
I actually don't know. It's a good question. I'd have to find out for you. But it is, well, from experience, it's very accurate.
Okay, and does it change with altitude?
Yes.
So those high winds that I
High
get up
winds.
in the air, 100 knot winds, I get them in the simulator.
You've got them there.
Wow, that is very cool.
Turn those engines off. We've got it on auto start at the moment, so when you spawn in, everything's already on. We'll turn those off. There's your tower.
That's just like the real world tower.
Yep. Let's zoom in.
So I guess that's one of the 3D airports we were talking about.
Yep.
That must be done manually.
Yeah. Other
Okay.
than the tower, now what we do, we start to build custom towers.
Okay.
The scenery editors themselves will build like the terminal and all of the stuff over there using the tools, and then our 3D artists will actually build the custom stuff like that.
Okay. Is there any city, or any important place in the world that many people know that is 3D modeled, say the Eiffel Tower or the Empire
No,
State?
so at the moment we don't support landmarks.
Okay.
But it is something that
That's
we would.
also there in real life.
Yeah, it is something that we would like to do. We would like to add landmarks.
Good luck with your road cases.
It's not like too high on the radar at the moment because we're, again, like I say, we're trying to rebuild the foundation before we start adding very many more features. Once we've got that covered, then we can start making it the real deal.
Okay, that's great. So I don't want to take any longer of your time. I'm just gonna finish by saying I've flown X-Plane my whole life. It is a great simulator, and I would love to work with them, but this is not a like a relationship where you have to be with somebody. This is not monogamy. But if they don't fix the bugs they are having all the time, if they don't fix what they have before adding more and more stuff, which is also going to come with mistakes,
yes,
then I'm switching to Infinite Flight. So I hope you you become, you help it become a better simulator.
Can I
every time.
convince you of a 3-month subscription?
Probably. I mean, I have to look at the price, but this is worth it.
I can give you a 3 month.
Oh,
right
really?
Now. Right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is very cool.
Give it a try. Because you seem very interested. And I'll give you one.
It is. It has a lot of the stuff I'm missing in X-Plane.
Yeah.
Just because of the fully functional cockpit that X-Plane gives.
Right, of course. So you, is this Android?
This is Android, but I fly on an Apple iPad.
Apple iPad. Okay, cool. Right, so take a photo of this on your iPads.
On Android?
Does it have to be on
take,
my iPad?
take a photo of this on your phone if you can.
This is not my phone, but this is my granddad's phone.
Cool. Yep.
It's basically the mobile Wi-Fi router.
But you can't really plug something in for iOS easily.
Scan that on your iPads when you're back in your hotel or wherever you are, and it will give you a free subscription to Infinite Flight Pro for 1 month.
Oh, that is great, Daniel. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
I will give it a try.
Yeah.
I will upload a video on it on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. What's your channel?
SC Aviation.
SC Aviation. Okay, let me.
I do mostly mobile flight simulation, but also some VATSIM stuff. I'm the sub-director of training for the Colombian VATSIM division. And I also do some time lapses of real flights I'm in. That kind of stuff we have at SC Aviation.
1,000.
Yeah,
nice. Hey, look at this.
Thank you. That's you. Oh, 37.
Yeah.
You are Aviator Dan?
Yeah.
No way.
Wait, you didn't realize?
I didn't know your face.
Well, yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Well, there we go.
What are we realizing?
You didn't realize that I was Aviator Dan until right now. Until I showed the channel.
We've talked like for an hour with what we talked today. Right now and what we talked before. I didn't know you were Aviator Dan.
Yeah, so I do that and I work for Infinite Flight.
I have a question for you. How do you stream live on YouTube from your iPad?
Yeah, sure. So I use what's called an Elgato capture card.
Okay.
And I plug that capture card into the iPad. That like translates the screen towards the PC.
Okay.
Captures the screen onto the PC.
Okay.
And then I can put that into Streamlabs or OBS, and that will capture the audio and video of the iPads.
All right.
It's actually relatively simple, but you just make sure you need that Elgato capture card. That's like the heart of it all. If you don't have that, it won't work.
Do you need a good PC?
Not really. Like my PC is a bit overkill because I use it for loads of stuff. But have a decent, a pretty average PC, and it will run fine. Because you remember, at the end of the day, you're only streaming you're streaming what's coming from this. This is what's doing all of the work. This is doing the gameplay. Your PC is just streaming it. So
that's what I've wanted to do with my channel, because there's no way that I can stream directly from the iPad.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't do the simulator work and also the streaming work at the same time. So I was looking for a way to make it do the simulator work, but then the computer does the streaming work.
Yeah. The computer does all the streaming work.
Okay.
I think. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a photo to kind of show you how it works.
So cool.
Yeah, so this is mine. This is before. So down here, I have a capture card.
Okay.
It's got a HDMI cable.
Okay.
That plugs into my iPad.
All right.
Like that. So I do the streaming like this.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes that screen to the PC.
All right.
I capture it into Streamlabs OBS.
Mm-hmm.
Then I roll from there. The PC does all the streaming. The iPad does all of the gaming.
Okay. I'll try that out.
Yeah.
It's very nice to meet you. Do you also do other type of simulation like X-Plane for desktop or Microsoft?
No. In my spare time, I find myself maybe flying around a Microsoft Flight Simulator for fun, but I don't make content on those simulators. I used to, but I don't anymore.
Okay, that's great. So I'll download Infinite Flight. I'll use a subscription. That's a very nice detail of you.
Yes.
I'll upload the review.
Yeah.
And I'll contact you via YouTube.
Wait there a sec.
His partner in the Sea Ray and Slider.
if you have an issue with a subscription, send me an email.
All right.
And I'll get it fixed.
Okay. Thank you very much for all your time.
Yeah.
We're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Great YouTube channel. You're very friendly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Take care of yourself and have a safe flight
great
back
day.
to Bogota.
Thank you.
Take care.
I will. So we just met Aviator Dan. That is crazy. So this has been fsexpo so far. We are now gonna go to the other wing of the building. There are currently two wings. So this is the main entrance of the Lone Star Museum right there, left, right, and there is one hangar there, and the other hangar is right here, which is where we are going to now. We're gonna see who we can find right here. This is the other hangar. It's got a lot of nice airplanes. This hangar actually has better real-world airplanes, I'd say. Yeah, this is Trustmaster and.
So yeah, let's talk about this. I really want to put this on a racing scene and like make this.
Oh, well, I was doing a film while I was staying in here.
Here you go.
And you were being filmed by one of the big ones. You're Swiss 001, right?
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I've seen many of your videos.
Yeah, very good.
Sehr gut. EDFE. Egelsbach.
Egelsbach. And oh, you're from Florida. I thought you were actually German. Well, that was very impressive. Alex, go.
I'm actually Colombian.
Oh, that is a wild mix. Thank you so much for filming. Okay, oh, very good. Okay. Thanks. You were waiting here. Sure. Oh, I'm sorry. No, my bad. You mind if I take I won't. No. You're fine. I didn't know it was anybody online. It's okay. Actually, thanks for the information on the food.
Oh, that was my.
That was a good tip before I was going to stall out. Yeah, this is I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Looking forward for the video.
Oh, I will make it perfect.
Wiederschauen. Tschüss.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're not flying?
No, I just went. Yeah, go ahead. Like I said, I just wanted to.
Oh, yeah, no worries, man. I didn't know you were there. I'm sorry.
Oh. I kind of prefer grip one.
So who's that?
Wait, I'm gonna. Hey Swiss, are you live?
Huh?
Are you live?
No, not right now.
Before you go, can I interview just for a sec? I'm
Sure.
live for SE Aviation.
Okay, let's do that. Hold on. Okay, I just wanted to check if I got my mics.
Good. So, can it be like?
How you doing, everybody? Today I'm with Austin Meyer. He can't show up today. He's not here at the X-Plane booth, but he's with us in our hearts. That's why he's here.
Great. So, Swiss is a very famous YouTube guy. He does. What do you do?
I do
everything.
flight simulations. So planes, basically. It's all about planes.
But I've seen you some real spotting as well. in some real world airports, right?
Yeah. I do fly. For example, in Germany, I fly Cirrus. I don't have my PPL just yet. I have to write the theory exams and then finish the license. But yes, I'll finish. I'll manage.
And how has Flight Sim Expo been? How long have you been here?
I've been here since the start, so since I think 8 in the morning even, so I kind of tried at least to help the X-Plane guys build up their booth and all that stuff, so I came with the X-Plane people because they're good friends, and that was a lot of fun. So far, the FS Expo has been, it's apparently like fuller than ever, so it's very crowded. Apparently the aviation community has grown quite a lot, and so it's super overwhelming for me. So yeah, I came here from Germany yesterday, 10-hour flight, and I'm a bit exhausted, but you know, I'm trying to manage, and all that stuff. So I heard one thing. I heard the king of aviation is here. Everybody, I heard that Sam Chui will show up, or he has shown up.
Really?
He's here, but he's apparently broken his arm, and all I'm looking for now is Mr. Sam.
If he's here,
Or maybe the Thrustmaster guys lied to me. That could have happened too.
Probably everybody here knows him.
Yeah.
So if he would show it up,
yeah, he would. That would be like a mob. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So
yeah,
you weren't here yesterday.
He's famous punk person. Yeah.
I mean, he does a great content.
Yeah.
He's flown all over the world. I have a question for you. Which simulator do you use?
Oh, that depends. I mean, you know, I use Microsoft and X-Plane. I use both. Sometimes for different. I mean, if there's a better airplane on either simulator, I'll use that. You know, Microsoft has this consumer-based setup where it's just easy, just responding to your flight without having to install any add-ons. But X-Plane now, with its auto-ortho add-on, I've recently talked about it on a channel. It's really amazing, and you can like really nicely, easily start a flight and go to somewhere with satellite scenery. That's what I can recommend. So yeah, I use both for different purposes.
We're having a little discussion because everybody's like Microsoft or X-Plane, and when you go to mobile, I also do mobile flight simulations. So we also have the discussion between Infinite Flight and X-Plane Mobile.
Yeah, they're decent. Yeah, they're decent.
Both have their good stuff.
Yeah,
well,
sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Are you still live?
That's all. Yeah.
Okay, how many people are watching? What's your channel?
4 people are watching.
That's
But
cool.
I mean, they have been bored, so they connect, they disconnect. This is AC Aviation.
Oh wow, you got your own shirt. That's really cool. I don't even have my own shirt.
You should.
You're
man.
You're better equipped than I am. You know,
You
that's
should.
really cool.
I didn't even print it myself. An aunt did. She was like, "I know you have a YouTube channel, right?" I said, "Yes, it's AC Aviation." Can you send me the link? And she went down to YouTube. She took a picture of the logo. I don't know how she got that resolution.
Yeah.
And she just printed
Who
it.
was she?
My aunt.
Oh, that's cute. That's really nice. See, my mother bought me also a Swiss 01 shirt. I'm sadly I'm not wearing it because it can't fit me because I've gotten a bit fat. What a shame.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
19. So I just turned 19.
Oh, you're very young. And you're from Germany.
Yeah.
So your native language is
German.
It's German. You have a great English. My native language is Spanish. I'm from.
Well, you've also got a very good English. You know. Good
I know.
English.
I've gotten it better, but it's still hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to speak.
So what booths do you recommend? Like as all, like what can you recommend? Where should I go next? Like what should I definitely not miss on the channel?
Have you only been here on this part of building?
I've been on the other side too. So yeah.
Did you went to the Navigraph section?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Because I heard the founder of Navigraph right there. He's talking with the people. He's giving really cool information. That's the first thing. Did you go to that sim?
The
DC-3
C-46. Yeah, I did that too. That was a really cool.
Okay,
experience.
that was another of the ones I wanted to recommend you.
Yeah.
And you go to that sim on the
Upstairs,
floor,
right? Yeah, I should. What can you do there?
I don't know. I haven't gone there.
Should we check it out? Should we? Oh yeah, sure. All right. Have a nice day, man.
You too.
I'll see you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Just because it's so.
Oh man, what happened?
So now we just met Swiss 001. That is crazy. That is so fucking crazy. Let's continue with the stream right here. I'm gonna go to Navigraph. Hey, your XP72?
Santiago, Wisconsin.
Oh,
You really came from Bogota?
I did.
Wow.
I did. It was a long flight. Bogota, then Miami, Tallahassee, Atlanta, and then
Who
Houston.
did you fly through?
Because my grandparents live in Tallahassee,
Okay.
and my grandfather's
So you
also
made
an
a stop.
Afghan,
I
so I had
got
to pick him up. Well,
Oh, very good.
I'd say he picked me up from Colombia. It's so nice to meet you. I work for Batsim.
Oh, do you? We have
I've-
control.
Here
You've
in
controlled me.
I have controlled
Yes.
you. I did once. You do not came to Bogota a lot.
No.
But when you did, I was online at the time, and it was like, that's a nice surprise. Who are you?
I'm his wife.
You're his wife. Oh, nice to meet you, Calorie. Okay.
Very good. Sorry. No. Give me 2 seconds. So, good?
It was very nice to meet you. Continue doing your job on
Thank you so much for
on YouTube.
controlling, man. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you flying.
Approaching to escape from Bogota is crazy. So.
It is the approach over the city.
Yes, it is.
It is. Go check out SC Aviation sometime. This is my brand, and I'll be live on VATSIM when I control.
SC Aviation is YouTube.
That's YouTube. We can do some ATC matching there between the airplane and the ATC. That's it.
All right, thanks, man.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Hillary. You have a nice husband. Now we met XP72. That's weird.
Hey, he's doing well. It's about
It does that automatically from yes, you just software and then
Yeah, that's really popular.
So now we are at the Navigraph stand. This is Navigraph for never mind. This is a Navigraph stand in Flight Sim Expo 2023. We have all the Navigraph stuff right here.
No refunds, huh?
Yeah, no refunds.
That's a good perspective. The world's okayest pilot.
Charts, and then I can also have it come up with my Ron's jump in. Right.
Hey, a bucket gets me.
I have 1,200 hours short, so nowhere near.
See, I told you someone was gonna ride
Isn't it?
That's it.
California, but nobody thinks California.
Okay, how much is the situation?
About as much as that Cirrus jet in there.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe a couple dollars cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, just like I said, I took a picture of that Cirrus, and she knows my wife knows my birthday's in October, and I said, how about it for a birthday present? She hasn't answered me back yet. So. Yeah. Maybe I should send her a picture of this. It'd be as much as the jet. I could already see it. You probably would have been better off just sticking with the jet. Yeah. Yeah, it's just amazing how far this hobby has gone. I started this back in the 90s. You couldn't imagine anything like this. I don't choose to talk about it anymore. Oh, yeah. So how much is that person?
Right. I figure I've spent enough money.
So guys, this is it. This has been Flight Sim Expo. Bye bye.